All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back from the 3 day weekend. Okay, today is January 18th. I know it says up there the week of the 10th, but today is the 18th. And here's what we did today, all right, to prepare for the benchmark that's coming up on January 26th. So, as you can see from the screen, we started to combine, or what we'd like to affectionately call app smashing Flip Snack with Slides Carnival. Okay, so we're still talking about the Federalists and the Anti Federalists. We're going to wrap that up today. And you're going to take your notes and create a flip book that'll help you prepare for the benchmark. Now, if you didn't get the notes from, let's see, the note taking historical note taking notes from last week, make sure you go to that video and look at taking those notes and getting a copy um, of the notes from that video or from Google Classroom. Google Classroom. All right. So let's smash these two apps together. All right. Now, the first thing you'll need to do is go to Google and type in Slides Carnival. There you will pick a template that you want to use for your flipbook. Now, when you type that in, slidescarnival.com, it should come up like this. Okay. And take a look at the popular searches. Now, the one I'm going to use for this demo comes from education. I'm going to click there. And then you can scroll through here. And if you see something that catches your eye, please take a look at it, click on it, and download it. The one I'm using is on page 3, and it is called the Colorful Comic Presentation. So I'm going to click that and click go to preview and download. And you can preview this if you like it. I liked it, so I'm going to use it. And then you want to click either PowerPoint if you like to use PowerPoint, or you click on Google Slides if you like to use Google Slides. Okay, it's up to you. The next thing you want to do is go to your notes. Okay, so like I said before, there is a video on these notes for the Federalists and Anti Federalists. Make sure that you grab them because that's what you'll be using. So we filled in these notes last week. Okay, and there's also a T chart here. I believe that there is a link to these notes in ClassCraft. So if you go to ClassCraft, click on messages, and then click on let's see, click on messages, and then click on class announcements. You should see the link there. Okay, so click on ClassCraft, go to messages, click class announcements, and it should be right here on the 14th. That's when I put it in there. Okay, and that'll be your copy. Make sure you make a copy. If you don't have those notes, again, make sure you go and look at the video that covers those notes. All right, so you're going to use those notes to create your flipbook in Google Slides. All right, and so here are the notes. We're going to take the notes from this T chart that we took last week and put them into our presentation. So let me show you that. All right, so I've already downloaded it and made a copy for myself, and I put in the title for that copy, Federalist and Anti-Federalist. And as you can see here, here's my title. This second slide here is just for instructions on how to use it in either Google Slides or PowerPoint. I would take this out, but I wanted to make sure I mentioned that to you all. And then now I'm going to go through and edit this based on my notes. So the first half of the Google Slides will be for the Federalists, and the second half will be for the Anti-Federalists. All right. And as you can see, I changed my picture. I'm going to put the Federalists, and then the Federalists were the ones who supported the Constitution as it was written. Okay. They wanted a strong central government. All those things can be put right here in this sentence. Then, based on my T chart, I'm going to pull some information, some of the most important information that I think will appear on the benchmark. Okay, things like who they, who were the Federalists, what did they want, who were some of the more important, who were some of the important Federalists. Okay, so I copy and pasted this slide and put 1, 2, and 3 just to pull things off my notes. And I'm going to do the same for the Anti-Federalists. And as you know, the Anti-Federalists were those who opposed the Constitution, the one that we follow today, as it was written, because it didn't have enough protections. So I changed the picture over here to the Bill of Rights because they wanted a Bill of Rights. And as I'm studying and using my Flipbook, I'll have some visuals and I'll have some information in there to help me prepare. I did the same thing. I copy and pasted this slide, okay? And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to look at the anti-federalist side, and I'm going to put in 2 or 3 things that I think are important and that will appear on the benchmark. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Next, once I'm done with that, there's some other information on there in your notes that you can also add here. I think that I haven't seen the benchmark yet, but I think that perhaps some of the states that voted for the for ratification or approval of the Constitution will be on there. So I turned this slide into the first state, and as you all know, the first state to ratify the Constitution was Delaware. I encourage you all to create a test question that you can put in here to kind of test yourself. Okay, maybe you can put in more than one. Hopefully, what we'll do with these is we'll copy and paste this question into GimKit, and we can make a GimKit out of it as well. All right. You can do a true false question, a multiple choice question, something that, try to make it a tough question that might appear on the benchmark. This slide already had these images, but they're in circles. So I may replace these images with notable Federalists like John Jay, Alexander Hamilton, and James Madison. I would type their names here. Maybe for job title, I would just put Federalist. If there was anything else that the book noted about these men, I would put right underneath. Okay. And I do the same thing for the Anti-Federalists, Mercy Otis Warren, Patrick Henry, and George Mason. Okay. If you want to do a Google search and find a fourth one, you can find a fourth one and put it here. I added this slide because if I didn't want to use the picture slide, I would use this one. Or if there was anything else I wanted to say about notable Federalists or Anti-Federalists, I'd put it here. If not, I can always delete it. I believe some of these key terms will be on the benchmark, so make sure that you know the definitions. You can look these up on Google, or you can also go to the GimKit. There's a GimKit assignment with some of these key terms in them, and you can put those definitions here. Don't forget about the Anti-Federalist Papers. Maybe you want to put a short sentence or two here explaining what the Anti-Federalist Papers meant and what they were supposed to do. And then also don't forget the Federalist Papers. I'm sure there'll be a question about the Federalist Papers on the benchmark. And inside of this iPad image or this tablet image, you can take this picture out and replace it with maybe a copy of the Federalist Papers and put it in here. And then this little short sentence here, you can just describe what the Federalist Papers were, how many there were, who wrote them, that type of thing. And then copy and paste your summary from your notes, put that here. And then don't forget to remind yourself to study at the end. Okay? So this is just a general setup of what you can do. I left these last 3 slides in here because they have infographics. If you want to use them, you don't have to use them. If you don't need them, then I would delete these 3 slides. Okay? And then the next step. I'm now going to make sure that I save this with Federalists in it and the Anti-Federalists. And then I'm going to go to File, Download as a PDF, because this next step requires that you have a PDF copy. Now, on your Chromebook, it'll probably save it in your Google Drive. Okay, so make sure that you can find this title in your Google Drive. You will then go to Flip Snack. Once you are at FlipSnack, just go ahead and sign in with Google, and it should take you right in. Okay. You'll select your school account, of course, and then go right in there. And then you see this blue button here. This is where you're going to upload your PDF. Okay. So make sure that you first download your finished Google Slides as a PDF. And then once you click this button, it'll take you through the process of uploading it. You'll look through your Google Drive and you'll find it and put it in there. Okay. And then you'll click publish. And this is what it will look like here. All right. As you can see, I have a copy here. So let me go to edit. And everything is here. And what I was really looking for is I was really looking for the share button. So preview, here's a preview of it. Great. Share now. It's going to, okay, here it is. It's going to ask you to publish it. Okay. So you can make it public. That's the only thing you can't do. Everything else is you have to pay for. So publish this. And this is what I want, the share link. Okay. You're going to copy and paste that. And then you're going to send me this link in ClassCraft. So you go to ClassCraft, your period, you click on messages over here, you click on your name, okay? And then you would just simply you would just simply copy and paste right here, okay? That's all you do. So use your notes. You sign in with Google over at FlipSnack, okay? Download it as a PDF. Share it with me, that link, just like I showed you in ClassCraft, all right? And so this is a must-do assignment. I'll be looking for these, okay? Let's try to get these all done by January 24th, all right? Next week, the week of the benchmark, so you have something to prepare with, all right? Send me any questions in Schoology if you have any, and we'll see you next time.